Welcome back. I'm Dylan with Beamer Tech, and this is not a BMW. This is a Toyota Supra. Joe has supplied us with his Toyota Supra because he wants Android Auto, and that wasn't an option from the factory. But Beamer Tech is here to help with our wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime. So join us for a step-by-step guide on how to get Beamer Tech's wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime in your Toyota Supra. Let's go.
Here are a list of the tools you'll need for this job.
Just like any BMW we work on in the shop, the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery.
Start by removing the trunk cover by pulling up and away on the two guide strings. Then, pull up on the two front tabs and pull up and out on the rear tabs. Next, remove the trunk floor by lifting it from the side and articulating it out. With a 10mm socket, disconnect the negative battery terminal.
And now let's move on to the interior.
First, we have to remove the cup holder section. With the Beamer Tech pry tool, remove the rubber base. After that, remove the two Torx 20 screws, one in each cup holder. Finally, remove the cup holder section itself by lifting up with your hands. Next is this side trim, which you remove simply by pulling it away from the car. With that out of the way, remove the 8 Torx 20 screws holding the main plastic trim in place. Once all of the screws are removed, pull from the top left corner away while pushing the trim toward the rear of the car. Once it disconnects, you can pull the trim piece away. Now we have to remove the HVAC controls. Remove the two Torx 20 screws. One is here to the left of the controls, and one is behind the glove box. To access that one, open the glove box, remove the plastic cover for the screw, and remove the screw. You may need some assistance with getting the screw out once it's loose. To remove the HVAC section, there is a main tab on the bottom left that needs to be popped free. Use a little bit of force to get it free, but be careful. Once the main tab has been disconnected, the smaller tabs and guides will easily detach. Once free, disconnect the single connector by pulling the clip away from the controls and then pulling the connector out. Now we have to remove the middle dash trim. Start by using a pry tool to help remove the side panel cover. Once the panel is out of the way, remove the one Torx 20 screw holding the trim in place. The rest of the trim is disconnected by pulling firmly. A Beamer Tech trim tool might help, and we suggest starting from the start button side. Once the trim is free, remove the start button by pinching and pulling, and the radio control harness by pulling the connector. Now we need to remove and disconnect the head unit. Start by removing the two Torx 20 screws. Once they are out, pull the head unit out and start removing all the connections in the back. Start by removing the cables from the plastic clip. For these, pinch the tab and pull. For these, pull up the white tab, pinch, and pull out. You'll need to pop off this plastic clip. With the help of a pry tool, pop it off with some force. We won't need to be putting this back on. For the quad lock, rotate the locking arm and pull out. For the last harness, pinch in the tab on the one side and pull. Set the head unit aside. We now need to remove the screen. Start by using the pry tool and firmly pop up the dash speaker grill. It will take some force, but be careful not to shove your pry tool into one of the speakers. To remove the screen, remove the two Torx 20 screws. You can then pull the screen up and away. You will need to remove this cable. It will be tricky, but we believe in you. This cable needs to go into the MMI, so feed and pull it through where the head unit was. Now we start the installation. Take this side of the LCD cable in the BeamerTech kit and get it where the factory one used to be. You can fish it up or down, whichever you find works for you. It is a tight fit. Plug it into the back of the screen and set your screen in place so we can test it later. We need to relocate the fiber optic cable from the Supra harness into the BeamerTech plug-and-play harness. Using a pick tool, push the tab up and pull the connector out. Place it in the same location on the BeamerTech harness. Plug the Supra harness into the BeamerTech harness like so. While we have the room, let's mount the Wi-Fi antenna for the MMI. We found a nice spot under the head unit, so remove the backing of the double-sided tape and place it here. Let's connect the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime. Take all of the harnesses from your MMI kit and plug them into the corresponding spots on the MMI as we do here. Don't forget about the antenna you installed. The other side of the BeamerTech green LCD cable you ran up to the screen will go in LCD out. The factory pink LCD cable you pulled down will go into LCD in. Reconnect your head unit the opposite way you disconnected everything, except now you'll be plugging in the BeamerTech quad lock.
And now we're going to temporarily reconnect the battery so we can test our MMI Prime.
Once the test is complete, tuck your MMI behind where the head unit will go and tidy up any cables. We found only the antenna cable really needed attention. Take the USB cable and feed it through a small gap that you'll find on the passenger side. Suck everything in and screw the head unit back into place. Screw the screen back into place and put all the trim back the opposite way you took it out. Don't be afraid to use some force to pop any clips back into place, but the Supra goes together very easily.
And now we need to book a remote coding session to get the aux input for our Toyota Supra. To learn more about remote coding and how to book a remote coding session, check out this video here.
The biggest vehicle-specific information you'll need to know is that the OBD2 port is located under the dash on the driver's side near the side of the car.
Now the reason we need to remote code our Toyota Supra is because this doesn't have an aux input. Our wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime runs the audio through an aux input. While it's not a physical connection, we will make the Toyota Supra think it has an aux input. It sounds crazy, but it works. Once you connect your laptop to your car, our coding specialist will take care of it for you, and you will be able to hear your audio through your speakers.
After you book your remote coding session, you'll be walked through all the steps on how to get the aux input coded. Want more for your Supra? BeamerTech offers a number of upgrades, including our Alpha 1 speakers and premium audio amplifier, as well as a host of cable coding and USB coding options.
And that is how you install BeamerTech's wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime on a Toyota Supra. Guys, if you want this for your Toyota Supra, head on over to beamer-tech.net and enter your VIN, and there you can pick up your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto MMI Prime for your Toyota Supra. For more tips and tricks about BMWs, Minis, Rolls-Royces, and of course, the Toyota Supra, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the future videos. Ring that bell. And don't forget to check us out on social media as well. We got Facebook, Instagram, and of course, TikTok. We'll see you on the next video.